the cows set up to move on to their first pasture on the farm. So we're taking them from the corral here straight that way to where there's a fence right there which crosses our driveway to the other fence which gets to our pasture. It's probably about 150 feet, but I'm a little bit nervous about it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them through this gate here in the corral and set up. I have some Premier 1 sheep and goat fence that I think I'm gonna set up here and energize, and lead them into the pasture over there where they're gonna have their first paddock, and see how it goes, starting this moving the cows every day thing. You know, there's some days where things just don't work out, no matter what, things just don't go your way. Today, not one of those days. Look at this. From there, all the way to there, perfect length. See, the way I see it, they'll come out of the gate there, won't go there because of the fence, come through the gate, cross the driveway. I'm gonna put a wire right here. And then they'll come over here into this pasture. See how long the grass is getting now? Then I think, don't know if I'm gonna do this right, but go from about there, right over there, put another, either the net or the wire all the way to that fence, and let them have this area for at least one day, and see how they do. Now let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Can this wire right here go from this post right there all the way down to the end over there? Let's see. If it is, we're onto something good here. Well, we got close once I got it untangled and everything. They got that much more to go, probably about 25-30 feet. What I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna set up a couple electric fence posts there and put some poly wire on it and see if that will hold them in. We'll see. I think that should work. We'll see. So this is their first paddock. Now what I gotta do is I gotta see if I can get water to them with the hose, or until I get water moved around here, I'm gonna have to bring it in buckets, which will be a lot of fun, you know? All right, so I got another 100 feet of hose. That makes 200 feet of hose. Let's see if I can make it from the hydrant, which is all the way there by the barn, to the water trough right there. This will be interesting. When I said some things work out sometimes and some things don't, end of the hose, water trough. End of the hose, water trough. Yeah. All right, let's see if this is gonna work. This hydrant doesn't have the best water pressure, but it was able to fill up their troughs over there, which is a bathtub that the old owners left. So let's see. Now let's see if it works. Success! It's gonna take forever to fill up, but it'll work. Oh, it's coming up faster. Yes! You can see what I did here for the waterer. While it's filling up, I got 2 electric fence posts, and I put one poly wire right across it. That way it discourages the cows from trying to get in it or flipping it or doing anything other than drinking it. What you don't want is them to be peeing and pooping in there. All right, it looks like we're all set up for the first cattle move ever, but we shall see. This will either go really good or really bad. There's really no in between. The only thing that we have to decide still is I have one solar energizer. Do I put it on this fence? Do I put it on that fence? Or do I put it on one of the wires here? I'm thinking this fence right here, because if they hit it, this will be the first thing they see when the gate swings open. And if they hit it, they'll know that it's on and it's electrified. So when they get over here, if they get into a big running start or whatever, they won't run through this because they'll think that's on too. So we'll see. I'm leaning towards that one until they move, and then once they're here, I'll run over and I'll put the energizer over here on this fence so they don't go into the next field. Now, if they do get out, it won't be the worst thing in the world, because where the tree line is where there's another gate, a cross fence, and then it runs up here and there's a gate over there that I'll close before I let them out. So we'll see. Kind of nervous. We'll see. All right, so it's the next day. We're getting set up. You gotta turn on the fence charger. That way, if they hit it, they'll get Pikacha'd. All right, Nicole, you ready to do this?
Wish us luck.
Either this goes really good and Nicole's just the camera woman, or it goes okay and she'll be my therapist, or it goes really, really bad and she'll end up being the nurse. Let's find out. Well, this area was the plan, and this area is where they ended up, which is not what I wanted, but not bad because they're still fenced in. I gotta get water to them, or I'm gonna go try and get one more fence that I have and kind of block them off and get them over this way. So we'll see. So I'd give myself a 50% on the first try. Okay, so this is try number 3. My neighbor was driving by and saw us struggling a bit and came over and tried to help, and because he's worked cows for seems like a really long time, and he was pretty good at it. We almost got him across the driveway, but nope, they didn't want to go. So now I used another one of my nets right there, my last one, and then I'm using the cars to block off the driveway to create a lane. And yes, I'm going to use Nicole's Mercedes to move cows. Just don't tell her dad, he'll freak out. Come on. Come on, cows. Really? 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 God damn it. Alright. A cow will not beat me. We will figure this out. and they're gonna go over there. It's gonna happen. I'm not very confident in saying that, but it's gonna happen. So now we are back at square one. The cows are back in the corral where they started. Why? Because I tried again by moving the fence, and you saw them jump over it. Then I got my dog Callie out, and she was on a leash, and we were pushing them towards the driveway to get to the other pasture, and they were almost there. They were almost there. Then they decided to get scared, and they went through the fence that was on, which was very nice. And they get out into the open pasture, and I'm going, oh man. So I was over there chasing them, went back inside, left Callie there, and then went to go find the cows, and they were all the way up there at the very top of the property. There's a corral up there, like a big steel kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know if you can see it. It's up there, right up that way. And I got them in there, and I was then, once I got them in there, I said, you know what? There's grass here. They can eat this for today, and we'll deal with it tomorrow. So I went and moved the water trough and started hauling buckets of water up there. Not very light, by the way, and pretty far away. And then when I was coming down to get the last buckets of water, my other neighbor showed up, and he's the one that actually rented this land before we bought it, and he helped me get the cows back in here. So they got water, they got grass up there, because now this gate right there is open, and they decided to lay right there. So this gate's open, so they can go get all this fresh grass today. And we'll probably try again, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. They're making me mad. They're frustrating. So, yeah, here they are, laying down the Three Stooges, which is funny enough what some of you thought we should name them. And they're just hanging out. Not wanting to go where I wanted to go. See, now that they're in here, I think this will be a good spot to keep them for tonight, because it's all fenced in right here, and this is about the size of a paddock that I was going to give them anyways. So the day didn't go how I wanted it, but it turned out okay. Cows are eating, they're happy, they're getting fat. And keep watching, click up here, and we'll see you on the next one. Well, the day didn't go how I planned, but cows are eating fresh grass, they're fat and happy. So, hey, it works. They're back in here, they're safe. We have a lot of work to do with them, so keep following our journey. Click up here, see the next video, or hit that subscribe button and see what other crazy adventures we have in store.